Welcome back. The NHL is mourning the loss of former goaltender and TV analyst Greg Millen. The Toronto native played 14 seasons in goal for 6 teams. He began his career with the Pittsburgh Penguins, ending it with the Detroit Red Wings. After retiring from hockey, Millen transitioned to broadcasting, covering everything from the Olympics to the Stanley Cup Finals. He died suddenly at the age of 67. Meredith Goudreau, the widow of former Calgary Flames star Johnny Gaudreau, has given birth to the couple's 3rd child. Carter Michael Goudreau was born on April the 1st. Meredith says Carter shares a middle name with his dad. Incredibly, baby Carter weighed 8 pounds 3 ounces and was 20.5 inches long. That's exactly what Johnny weighed when he was born, same length too. Meredith says he looks exactly like his daddy. Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew were killed by a suspected drunk driver in August. They had been cycling on a rural road the night before their sister's wedding. March Madness is wrapped up for another year. Last night, the University of Florida winning the NCAA men's basketball tournament in thrilling fashion. It was a dramatic finish after the Gators erased a 12-point deficit. Florida taking the lead for the first time in the game with under a minute to play. Houston then missed a 3-pointer to win the game as the clock expired. Florida defeating the Houston Cougars 65-63. It's Florida's 3rd championship and first since going back-to-back in 2006-2007. Houston was denied its first title and is now 0-3 in the national championship game. And finally, Kuwait is home to the largest sand sculpture park ever made, and it's thanks in part to a man from British Columbia. He led a team of 70 artists to create a masterpiece that Mother Nature then tried to destroy. Well, now it's being preserved through pen and paper. Here's Adam with tonight's Sawatsky sign-off.
When Damon Langlois visited the beach as a boy, he never would have imagined how inspiring sand would become.
I never really looked at the sand as an artistic medium.
But then Damon met a co-worker who sculpted with sand, was invited to try it, and connected with a creative process he describes as intense relaxation.
So I basically dove headfirst into the deep end of competitive sculpting.
Damon went on to win 5 world championships and earn a Guinness record for tallest sandcastle before being hired to travel to Kuwait and become creative director of the biggest sand sculpture park ever made and immerse people in the stories of the Arabian Nights.
It's like a graphic novel that you went through.
Over 7 months, Damon researched the stories and designed scenes to tell them before working with more than 70 of the globe's top talents to build 6 football fields worth of awe-inspiring wonder.
And you're looking up at these sculptures that are towering above you. Literally, tears were coming to my eyes. It's like, I can't believe this is happening. This is my life's work, you know. And then the storms hit.
The worst storm in 50 years, Damon was told. 3 days of relentless rain.
We watched the park just literally get destroyed in front of us.
The team was defeated, and Damon wondered how they could possibly recover.
I gave an underdog football coach speech to the team. The Europeans kind of all rolled their eyes, and all the North Americans were like, yeah!
But in the end, all the artists were inspired to become characters in a real-life tale about overcoming adversity.
The opportunity to be heroes, right? To come back from this devastation and still make something beautiful, which we did.
And now, a decade later, Damon is publishing a book about the project titled Stories in the Sand, featuring his version of the Arabian Nights tales illustrated with pictures from the sculpture park.
I would say it's a masterpiece of sand sculpture.
Made by artists teaching a masterclass in resilience. And, after all the beauty they rebuilt eventually being blown away, a lesson in letting go. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Langford.
All right, amazing stuff. That is our newscast for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 6.